Reporters of the C&M Chronicle got a lot more attention than they initially asked for when this week's issue hit the stands.
They were pulling papers off the stand and actually out of people's hands.
Now only 500 copies remain of this issue of the C&M Chronicle, but good luck finding one on campus. This is the issue C&M administrators say crossed the line. A special 12-page edition talking all about sex, from sexual orientation to students' favorite sex positions, even how to buy and use the right sex toy. In a statement, C&M officials say C&M does not have a journalism program, which has limited the college's ability to provide the education and training that students need to appropriately operate a newspaper that is distributed to a student body of nearly 30,000. While we spoke to some of those students, here's what they had to say.
That's a student's opinion. That's your opinion. They have a right to say what they want to say.
I think, personally, why can't you talk about it, you know? Unless they meant it in offense, but I don't think they would do that.
Well, the paper is for the students to voice what they want to talk about, not what the staff want to talk about.
Some staff members of the Chronicle still don't understand what the fuss is all about.
I was just kind of stupefied. I didn't know what to take of it. You don't see stuff like that normally happen on a college paper. There's a lot of freedoms that we have being press.
They justify the issue saying sex is just something college students naturally want to know more about.
The issue, it's all about sex and sexuality, and it's not tongue-in-cheek, it's not raunchy. It's about things that you don't generally hear about, that we should be talking about.
They call her Albuquerque's angel. But for Raquel Aguilera, the last 7 years have been what she calls a blessing.
Who does this?
Me right here.
By yourself?
No, God and me.
Easter Sunday was no different for Aguilera than any other Sunday, as she spent the day feeding the homeless.
Hey, mijo, you came late.
This all started when Aguilera saw two people eating from a garbage can on Central. People passing by laughing at them.
I said to the people, it's not funny. They have parents. They will go to school, you know, like you guys. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, what's going to be tomorrow for you guys.
Aguilera has grown children of her own, but says with love and compassion, these people are now her children. She says these efforts come from a point in her life when she also needed help.
I was hungry one time. And I live in El Paso, and we were so hungry and starving. We were bony kids. And I just thank God every day. So I need them. They're like my children.
Now this is one of the locations Aguilera stops by every Sunday, but food isn't the only thing she's giving away.
I got big t-shirts. Who wants big t-shirts?
One of Aguilera's frequent visitors, Don Noel, says he made bad decisions in his life, decisions that have kept him homeless for nearly 13 years.
Like on Sundays, going to this lady, we wouldn't eat. There's no place to eat. We have hard times, we have problems, but she takes up the slack for us. She's an angel.
But for Aguilera, it's an act of love.
I love you. It's something that we're all supposed to be doing, not just me. Everybody. That's it. I'll see you next weekend.
It's definitely not your everyday gym, but when it comes to revolutionary fitness, members there don't really value normal.
It's hands-on training, it's group fitness, it's personalized, and it's not a cookie-cutter gym.
Owner Slade Jones is nearly weeks away from the gym's 2-year anniversary and says he just wanted to give people in Albuquerque something they've never seen before.
The gym model is pretty much set up where people work in groups, kind of like that team setting so people can build friendships.
It's a second family, and everybody's very encouraging and very supportive.
Now, small business owners have been hit hard in a declining economy, but members here of Revolutionary Fitness have been hitting the weights even harder. And that's not all. Jones says members shouldn't have to break their wallets to get into shape.
It's a pay-what-you-can pricing structure, which I don't know any other gym in the country that does that.
Jones laughed when we asked him how he's able to keep things running on such a risky business model.
Well, it's just a lot of faith, honestly.
Because it brought in a lot of college-age students like myself who can't really afford high-end paying contracts at other gyms.
So what's next for this low-profile gym?
At the end of this month, actually, I'll be moving locations. I'll be moving to about an 1,800 square feet larger location.
But Jones says it's not about the money or the location.
I just love seeing people get stronger and work harder and build these relationships that hopefully it can just keep growing.
Now, residents who've lived here for years said they weren't even aware of the attacks that occurred on this street. Now you can't tell, but this is the Sigma Alpha Epsilon house, and just earlier we saw its members covering up the Greek letters. Now these kids are going anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour, but just looking at them, it looks like they're going a whole lot faster.